robust urban garlic flavor.
You're right. I am happy. I'm a happy dude. You're absolutely correct. That's a proper... Wait a minute. No plans to replay Witcher 3 before the next one, although it's not out of the question. It's just the game is so long that how am I going to commit to a 50-hour filler already played this game playthrough? You know what I mean?
So this is Dark Side Phil. He told his fans he wasn't going to have a podcast today, but he woke up earlier than usual and got his chores around the house that he doesn't probably do done. So he had a bunch of extra time, and instead of doing something like editing videos, he's like, okay, let's stream. And instead of doing a formal podcast, as he calls it, he is on for about 50 minutes. And it includes this gem where he goes and derides LowTierGod and challenges him again to a match. And it's full of oblivious projection from our man Dave the Dent.
I don't know anything about Toasty Chestnuts being banned. I didn't do it. You're talking to the wrong person. I'm not going to unban someone if I don't know why they were banned to begin with. And no one has spoken with me about it. I don't know what happened. It wasn't me. You guys all freak out on the Kick Chat about stuff that I'm not even involved in. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, Toasty Chestnuts was banned in May? You're wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I banned someone in May. It's August. You're in the chat complaining and asking me to unban someone? Are you insane? No wonder I don't remember. How could I possibly remember? I don't remember what I did yesterday. You think I remembered a random ban that happened in May? What a ridiculous request. Send me money.
Yeah, the Kick Chat is up to no good already, messing with Phil. Hey Phil, why don't you just unban every single person? And you can have the fun of rebanning them.
We haven't talked about this in days, which I'm glad because it finally calmed down. So here's the deal, all right? Every year, Evo comes along.
And each year, the self-proclaimed fighting game champion, Philip Paul Burnell, decides that he's going to skip it.
And every year, Evo weekend, which was not this weekend, but last weekend, so now it's old news. Every weekend, or every year, I'm like, you know, if only LTG would stop being a bum and stop being an idiot and actually want to do business.
Phil, even if Dale wanted to work with you, you're the toughest person on the internet to collaborate with. You make it so difficult and ridiculous that it's like, why even bother?
And actually want to create something on the internet that people actually want to see instead of the crap he makes every day. He would come out of his shell and his little, you know, safe space, and he would do some content with me.
Oh, let's be real, Phil. The content that you put out, i.e. gaming, is stuff that nobody wants to see. All people want to see from you is begging and losing at games and raging.
And we would do a set, like a challenge set, and it could be multiple fighting games or whatever. We could figure it out. We could talk or whatever, and the internet would love it. The internet would hype it up because it's not just about the FGC. It's about outside of the FGC having that crossover appeal, and we would have crossover appeal into many, many different groups that people would really want to see this.
Yeah, because people want to see two jokes and Lolcows just mess with each other. Phil, people would be more likely to watch if you went with Keemstar and did like a wrestling boxing thing like Boogie and Wings did. This stuff, who cares? All people want to get out of it is to laugh at Dale and Dave.
It's already been shown, you know, people hyping it up. Oh my God, why do you think every time I tweet, I get hundreds of likes and retweets whenever this is, you know, discussed, right?
Oh no, Phil, your detractors do not see this as a serious thing. They want LowTierGod to beat you in a fighting game so thoroughly that you will cope forever about it, because that rage and that rant will be hilarious, because it exposes that you are a complete 220.
So every year I tweet the guy or I talk about him, and every year he just wants nothing to do with it because he knows he's going to lose. It has nothing to do with the fact that, oh, it's a collab and you want my attention. I don't want his attention. I just want to beat his quickly and then be done with it and never speak about the guy again because he is a no-load loser.
Phil, that is not how you get a collaboration with somebody. You don't rage and rant about them. Not how you get friends either. I don't know where you get this from.
Right? The only reason that I want to beat his bad is because he's talked about me many, many years and I never said a word about him. And then when I finally clapped back, he ran away and hid, but he never would come out of that little comfort zone to actually face the man in the game. Instead, he deflects and, oh, you need to bench or squat a certain amount of weight. You need to work on your sexy. What does this have to do with playing me in Street Fighter? Like, what?
My guess is, Dave, that Dale doesn't take you seriously and is just playing head games because he knows it will work on you, and it is.
It's the biggest redirect. It is. He just doesn't want to do it because he knows he will lose. It's that simple. There's no other reason. It's not that he's not going to make money. He's not going to get attention for himself. He's not going to get... It's because he's going to lose.
Are you sure about it? Maybe he thinks you're just so far beneath him. Maybe he thinks you're just a Lolcow that's going to bring negative attention to his streams, which already have a trolling issue as well, because he is just as much of a Lolcow as you are.
He'll only do things that are completely within his comfort zone, safety. He knows he can win. He knows it's a controlled environment where he gets over. Then he'll do it. Outside of that, he will not take any challenge whatsoever. Okay? Zero.
Dave, it just sounds like you're talking about Dave here, not Dale. You literally hyper-moderate your chat. Any criticism of you, unless it's somebody that gives you hundreds of dollars or has been on the stream for years, is completely silenced or chastised. And you don't even work harder. You don't challenge yourself. You don't edit videos. You just click OBS and just ramble for 5 hours.
So here's the point, all right? I want to challenge him in Street Fighter and beat him because all these years he always said he's better than me in everything, every aspect of life, Street Fighter and life, everything, right?
Well, Dave, to be frank, that is a very low bar to clear. Honestly, I think LowTierGod has got you on a bunch of things. The one thing that you're way ahead of him is definitely panhandling on the internet. Nobody beats you at e-begging.
So I've had enough, and 2 years ago I challenged him, and then last year again I brought it up, and now this year again I brought it up, and he just keeps out. He will never accept it because he was a cowardly who knows he cannot beat me in Street Fighter, period. There's no other reason. There's no other excuse. There's no reason for him to have, oh, you need to raise 5K, no, 30K. You need to bench. You need to lift. You need to do that. It's all excuses. That's all it is. A way for him to get out. There's no justification for it, okay?
To play devil's advocate, maybe Dale just thinks you're toxic and doesn't want to deal with you.
Now, you're saying, well, Keto Casino said that they'll put up the $5,000 to see this match happen. That doesn't help. The point is, and he already said this, LTG already said this publicly. He said, give me 5K to do it because it's not a match, it's a collab. Because he doesn't want to actually play me for real. He wants to take a bag of money and run away with it and not care about the match.
I mean, that's what most people would do, except you hyper-fixated fighting gamers that need to win every single game. Why do a collaboration if there's no benefit for you? He might as well try to squeeze you for much as you're worth like you squeeze your fans.
So if you just hand this man $5,000 to play me, I will decimate him, and then he'll walk away and not care and say he threw it, but I made the money, so I'm the winner. That's what he wants to do. He literally wants to make 5K for nothing.
Remember, Dave is a known scammer, so he thinks like one. So he is terrified of LowTierGod just getting the money and running because it's an insult to both Phil's intelligence, savviness, and skills that he would let LowTierGod pull one over on him like that, like not even touching a controller.
He does not deserve 5K for nothing, and that just undermines the point of the match.
Yeah, Dave is against anybody getting money for nothing except for himself. He'll gladly take that bag, but somebody else getting money for not doing anything except turning on OBS and going live? No way. They don't deserve it. They're not hardworking like Dave. The audacity of this man complaining that somebody wants money for a collab while he's the guy who begs for $1,500 to eat a fast food chicken sandwich.
I want to beat him and prove that I'm better than him in Street Fighter to all the morons out there who think that I suck. I don't. I'm about maybe 10 times better than LTG in competitive fighting games.
Yeah, here's a pro tip to everybody out there. Never claim that you're 10 times better at something than anybody else. It just paints Phil in such a narcissistic light. At this point, I'm like, yeah, the wheels are really falling off the wagon. He's just completely lost and salty.
There are ones that he'll be better than me at, like Street Fighter 5 I never played. Street Fighter 4 I barely played. But if I were to practice in Street Fighter 6, I would beat him. And if I were all classic fighting games, I will defeat him. He can't beat me in any classics at all. Okay? The only ones he can beat me at are the ones he actively played a ton and I didn't. But anything that's equal ground, I will beat him. He sucks. Okay? Now I want to prove that for all that people have talked over the years.
Dave, let's be real. People want to see you lose. That's what they get the enjoyment out of. They don't care if Dale Wilson wins or loses, because it sounds like Dale Wilson loses a lot. It's the guy with the biggest ego that they want to see fall the hardest. So who has a bigger ego, Dave? You or Dale? I honestly don't know, because I don't watch any of Dale. I know he has an ego too, but I don't know if it's as inflated as yours.
If I beat LTG, it's something to talk about. Maybe it'll put some more attention on my fighting game content for a little bit. Certainly, it will give me some bragging rights. It'll give a lot of stuff going on, right?
Yeah, DSP is dreaming here. He's suddenly going to like quadruple his concurrent stream viewership because he beat LTG in a fighting game. Yeah, whoever finds you from that match, they're gonna dip within 5 minutes when they find out how boring you are, Phil.
There you go. And it builds hype and it gets excitement and people will like the content.
Well, here's the thing, Phil. People are not going to enjoy the content for your supposed superior fighting game skills. They want to see you fail so they can laugh at you. And the same thing goes with LowTierGod. It's a race to the bottom, Phil. Nobody appreciates either of your fighting game skills.
Like I said, I believe if we did this EVO weekend during EVO broadcasting, our stream of us playing would actually be a big event that would get tons of views. It would benefit us both. We'd both make big views, big money. It would be a good event for all of us involved, okay? It's a win-win, except he can't get over his ego that when I beat him, he can't take the loss. Do you understand? Just like when he lost to Jay Snyder, he never recovered. People, since then, he's been a joke because he is a joke. He sucks. He always has, you know?
Bill, I think you are greatly overestimating how much money you would make off this fight. I saw on Twitter that you were thinking that it would get more viewership than all of EVO in its totality, which was like 6.8 million views or something. You don't even pull that much in a year anymore across all your videos. So the idea that you versus Dale is going to go mega viral and increase your channel views or your donations outside of the people that are already there is ridiculous. It's patently absurd. You got such a swelled ego that it needs to be poked out so you can actually have a clearer view of things. It's not going to be as far-reaching as the game journalist meme that is going through TikTok and everywhere else now.
And people are like, well, he won't gain anything if he wins. What do you mean? He'll gain the money. The point I'm making is if there's money put up and we have this challenge, all right, he can win the money. So if there's going to be a situation here where I play LTG, it has to be this simple. Him versus me. And, you know, the winner wins a prize pot.
So I guess the plan is for Phil to get a third party like the Kino Casino to put up that prize pot. So he'll be like, ha, I beat LowTierGod. Here's my money. Yay. More money champion pulls. Okay, Phil. It's all about you getting money. See right through this.
That way, he has motivation to try to beat me. Do you understand? The problem is if you just do it and say, oh, just hand him the money, he won't try. He won't try to learn. He won't try to play or beat me. He'll just throw the match, take the money, and run away. And who cares about that? That'll literally be the most boring stream ever made. No one cares about seeing that.
For a guy that makes plenty of unironically boring streams, Phil thinks he knows a lot about what is actually entertaining.
Everyone would feel cheated. The viewers would feel cheated. I would feel cheated. Kino Casino would feel cheated because it wasn't a real match. They just stole their money. We want a real match.
Oh my god, Phil, you're so desperate for your W that you will find another Lolcow that you think is even more pathetic than you, and you will hunt him down and chase him and pester him and beg until he faces you in a stupid fighting game match. Who cares? Hey, let's talk about the guy that cheated his fans out of a DSP Tries It last week and refuses to do another one for free to make up for it because he was too hammered. Yeah, that guy. That scammer called Dave Burnell.
That's what it has to be. It has to be he wins and beats me and he earns the money, right? Then we'll have a real entertaining event where there's stakes involved. He has to actually learn and adapt and play. Then you'd have it. Okay?
I mean, Phil, you just told us that you think you're 10 times better than him, so you think you're going to destroy him. So what's even the point if he has no chance? It would be funnier if you got completely destroyed because you're just hyping yourself up, inflating your ego, and have it completely crushed. That would be hilarious. But if what you're saying about LowTierGod's fighting capabilities in the game are true, then it's not going to be an interesting event, unless you're a Dale Wilson troll and enjoy seeing him suffer or something.
But outside of that, he's never going to do it because he knows he loses. It's that simple. He knows he can't win.
So you're just May 1sting yourself over here right now, talking about how good you are at fighting games or something. Great, Phil. Awesome segment to your stream.
So rather than just admit it, what he should do is to say, I don't want to play a competitive match because I'm washed. I don't actually play fighting games seriously enough to win. So therefore, I refuse the match. But he won't do that. Instead, his whole shtick is, oh, I'm good at fighting games. And, you know, that's why I stream them 24/7. I mean, like 8 out of 10 streams, he's playing fighting games and he sucks. Wasn't there just a day he was playing? It was like he went 11-34. 11-34. Tell me the last time that I played a fighting game and I went 11-34.
Hey Phil, you don't play competitive fighting games either anymore. You don't go to tournaments, you don't play in person, you just sit there on your stream and panhandle, whine about the Wi-Fi lag.
And he plays them all the time. It's not like me who I casually play fighting games. This guy is playing them almost full time. And that's his performance record. You see? So
to say that you play fighting games casually is kind of laughable considering how you take it very competitively. You've ranted about your fans when you were doing the Street Fighter 6 beta about how you wanted to learn the game and you wouldn't stop playing to blow bubbles as a like reward for them. Come on, Phil, you take fighting games way too seriously.
that's the point, all right? You understand? I don't want to play the guy so he can make a bag and run away with it. I want to play him so that I can prove I'm better than him in an actual competitive match. I want him to have motivation to have to beat me, which means he has to actually win the set or win the challenge to get the bag of money. Nah, I just take the money and run and it's a worthless time for everybody. I don't know how people don't understand that. I don't know how you don't get that.
Alright, so DSP, the biggest flake on the internet, is afraid that Dale Wilson will flake and not do the competitive fighting match seriously. DSP so wants to get back in the zone where he's a competitive fighter, but all he is now is stuck in the scrub leagues with LowTierGod. If he thought he was any good, he would be going to EVO this year. It's not because of his back. Are you kidding me? It's because he knows he would be fodder, and the trolls would have a field day. They know he's terrible at these games. I mean, he's better than me, but I don't play fighting games.
And for people who are saying, well, he beat you in Street Fighter 4, you're right, I think. I don't even know because I don't think I've seen the match, but people say, you know, you guys randomly played one match of Street Fighter 4 over a decade ago and he beat you. Yes, I'm sure there's probably about 5,000 people who I've randomly played one match against online and they beat me. I'm sure. Particularly Street Fighter 4, I played a literal ridiculous amount of content of that game because everyone liked it and I made tons of money playing it. But I was never good at Street Fighter 4. I was never a tournament player. I never tried to be a tournament player. I was making casual sets called Madness Series online where I was trying to win with characters like Hakan and Dan. And yes, there were serious sets too where I was trying to win, but I was never good at that game. Never did I even say I was. Right? So does that prove anything? A random one-off match against the guy over a decade ago in a game I wasn't good at and I wasn't competitive at? No. No, stupid. It doesn't mean anything.
Yep, he's open. I don't know. Two toxic idiots ranting about fighting games. That just sounds like another bottom of the barrel thing that Keemstar would capitalize and create a Lolcow show. Like seriously, he has like 12 shows on right now. One of them is called Lolcow Chubby Chasers. Seriously, you might as well just call this Lolcow Day vs. Dale.
So here's what you do. You take all this information, you go back to Kino Casino, and you tell them the only way the match is happening is if he challenges, or if he accepts my challenge, and he only wins money if he beats me. That way, he has to play me for real.
And what he's not telling you here is that he's not doing it for free. He thinks he's gonna steamroll LowTierGod, and he's gonna collect that $5,000 bounty. So it's not really about proving that he's right, it's about money, as always with Phil.
That simple. I'm not gonna do any match again or set against him, where he just takes money for nothing, or else he's going to lose. He's going to throw the match and leave. Who would want to see that? Seriously, who would ever want to see that? Where everyone's just faking it. No, you want to see a real competitive match, right?
But how do you know he's gonna do that, Phil? What if he plays you, tries to beat you, and wins? Or if he loses and says at the after fact, oh, I wasn't trying seriously. Well, then you could just say he's coping.
I was using M. Bison in that Street Fighter 4 set. Oh, dude, I was not good with M. Bison at all in Street Fighter 4. M. Bison, I like never actually learned in Street Fighter 4. Never.
All right, Phil, there's like hundreds of detractors that are now going through all your Street Fighter 4 stuff, and they're going to see if that statement you made is actually true or not. I'm not going to, because I don't want to waste my time, but somebody will, and they will hold you to task if it's not.
Like, I feel like when we were both actively playing Tekken 8 when it first came out, I was better than him. But then I just dropped it completely because everyone wanted me to go back to Street Fighter. So, I mean, you're talking like I would have to really work my butt off to relearn the game. Plus, the game has changed completely, right? Like, they rebalanced it. They changed the way it works. That would be a rough one. Like, see, if you were to say, oh, let's do a match in Street Fighter, right? I could probably do a few streams practicing Street Fighter 6, and I'd already be better than him. Like, seriously, it would just take a few streams of me sprucing up my game. I know I would be better than him. Classic Street Fighter, I don't even have to practice. Like, there's no challenge there whatsoever. The challenge would be in Street Fighter 6 because he actively plays that and I don't, okay?
So yeah, if you think you're so much better than him, maybe try fighting him in Tekken or Street Fighter 6. That'd be more entertaining.
And for the record, LTG is the only guy I'm interested in playing a match like that against. You could stop with the nonsense. People are spamming, would you play this guy? Would you play that guy? No, shut up.
Yeah, so what are we talking about here? Are we doing an in-person match? I don't think so, because when do you ever leave the Snort Fort? I think you want it to be online, because when it's online, you can complain about the lag when you lose.
The thing is, in the case of LTG versus DSP, this is a match that everyone wants and has asked for years and years.
Yeah, but the older you two get, the less interesting it becomes, because it's just two old grandpas fighting over a block of candy.
Everyone calls him the White DSP.
Oof.
My name was being dropped during the rivalry between Jay Snyder and LTG. Constantly. I was involved somehow, even though I wasn't there, right? That's the match.
Yeah, because you're the toxic guy in the fighting game community that nobody likes and had a down the rabbit hole documentary made of him.
Oh, excuse me, the black DSP. I said the white DSP. Okay, I misspoke. I meant to say that people called him the white DS. Or excuse me, I can't even do it. I can't even say it. People were calling LTG the black DSP. That's what they were saying back then.
And now we just call the two of you Lolcows because that is a more accurate description. Because you're both toxic idiots who e-bag on the internet and rage and think you're entitled to everything. Or that's what I've heard regarding Dale. But if you want to do things Phil's way, he sucks all the fun out of all of it. So it becomes a scheme for him to get rich quick instead of, you know, broaden his internet platform. Because that's Phil, he's always in it for a scam. Alright, thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. But if you also enjoy live streams, I'm doing that on my new channel, Robust Urban Garlic Flavor. So go check that out if you want to see some juicy live commentary.